let the heat come first. Outside the glass held winter still. Inside the air stirred. The world stayed just beyond reach. Breathing slow. There were warm cups by an iced window, steam rising thin and white. Nothing hurried in that moment. Everything felt right. I stayed longer than I planned, watching time go by. There were warm cups by an iced window, and I stayed. The street moved on without a sound. Footsteps came and went. I followed them with my eyes, then let them drift. Some warmth asked nothing back. It just stays. There were warm cups by an iced window, cooling as they stood, still holding what they gave the way they could. I didn't count the passing hours, I let them slide. There were warm cups by an iced window by my side. If I lifted my eyes too soon, the spell might break. So I stayed with the quiet heat I chose to take. There were warm cups by an iced window. When the light began to fade, nothing needed to be said. Nothing pulled me away. The glass stayed cold, the cup stayed warm. Both held their place. There were warm cups by an iced window. Time slow. The cup grew empty. The moment didn't. The street slows down the moment it turns white. Every sound feels softer than before. I don't look back, but somehow I still know. Somewhere in the quiet, you're there. I never meant to carry this so long, but certain names refuse to fade. You're the one I think of when it snows, not because I'm lonely, but because the world remembers you in the way it holds its breath. Every falling moment feels like you passing gently through my hand. trying to. The days keep moving just like they should. Nothing stops, nothing stays. But every winter finds its way back to you. I don't reach out, I let it be. Some feelings know where to rest. You're the one I think of when it snows. Not as something lost, but as something that once stayed. Every quiet step I take feels like walking through a memory that never asks for more. You're the one I think of when it snows still. If time has learned to let things go, this is what it chose to keep. Not every truth needs to be said. Some are only fair. You're the one I think of when it snows. In the calm between the hours, where nothing needs to change and everything makes sense. You're the one I think of when it snows. Even as I move along, somehow you remain. When the snow finally lets go, I carry on, but I never leave behind. Your hand rested inside mine. The weight felt light and close. The air between our palms began to change. I felt it before I looked, a subtle shift. Your hand losing its warmth, slow and clear, still holding its shape, just thinner than before. I stayed where our fingers met for a while. Your hand losing its warmth in my hand. The room carried on as usual. Steps passed beyond the door. What we shared stayed quiet between us. Some changes arrived without sound. Your hand losing its warmth, not all at once. The feeling moved gradually from skin to air. I kept the space face the same as it went, your hand losing its warmth. Then still, if I shifted even slightly, the moment might break. So I let the seconds pass as they were, your hand losing its warmth, while the hour leaned, what remained stayed gentle. Even as it thinned, I carried the shape of it. Afterward, your hand losing its warmth with me. Our hands separated, the feeling stayed. Slowly finding form in the open air. I felt the weight lift before I thought. When the snow finally let go, the change took its time. The season shifted on its own at its pace. Turn to every step around me. I follow the quiet shift as it went when the snow finally let go. At last, if I tried to hold the cold, I stayed where I stood for a while. Let the moment reach its end. My breath settled in place before I moved again. Time passed beside me. I chose to walk with it. When the morning felt too still, I kept my voice inside. I held my thoughts without shaping them, let them drift and slide. The day opened on its own, soft and wide. When the morning felt too still, I stayed. Footsteps crossed the edge of sound. I felt them, then let go. What mattered found its place somewhere slow. Some moments ask for balance, not speed. When the morning felt too still, I let the silence work. I stood where the air was thin and felt the weight it held. The hours shifted quietly, then moved on. When the morning felt too still, I knew if I leaned too far ahead, the center might give way. So I waited where I was until it stayed. When the morning felt too still, I remained in place, letting time pass through me at its own pace. The moment found its ending on its own. When the morning felt too still, I went on. The light continued, so did I. I slowed my steps without knowing why. The street felt longer than before. Each breath settled into the air, then disappeared. Something stayed behind me, even as I moved on. There were footprints left in falling snow, softly forming as I went. I didn't stop to look back, but I felt where they were sent, each one holding just enough of where I'd been. There were footprints left in falling snow, quiet and thin. Death erased itself so fast, like it never meant to last. Still the ground remembered more than I asked. Some traces don't remain, they sink instead. There were footprints left in falling snow, for a moment or two, not to follow back again, just to pass on through. They didn't lead me anywhere, they only showed there were footprints left in falling snow. Then they closed. Someone walked this way tomorrow, they'd never know how carefully I stood here before letting go. There were footprints left in falling snow, fading as they fell. I kept moving forward before the ground could tell what I carried for that stretch of road and sky. There were footprints left in falling snow. Then goodbye. I counted time by passing signs. The clock moved slower than my steps. Every sound I made returned a moment late. What I said stayed in the air longer than I meant. There were echoes along the frozen hours, repeating what I gave, not louder, just clearer. Each time they came, they followed close, then fell behind, like breath in cold. There were echoes along the frozen hours, soft and slow. My voice leaned into empty space, then came back shaped by time. It sounded almost like my own, but older. Some words learn how to wait before they return. There were echoes on the frozen hours, holding every tone. They never tried to change my step, only showed how far a moment traveled once it goes. if I stayed any longer. They might have spoken first, so I kept moving gently, letting time work. There were echoes along the frozen hours, fading as I walked, each one leaving just enough. After the sound, I didn't turn to meet them. I already knew. There were echoes along the frozen hours, leading me through. The last one settled, then the day moved on. The night settled without a sound, snow resting on every edge. Time leaned into the dark and held. I stayed with the stillness as it was. This was the night winter stayed, not passing through. The air held its breath, and so did I. Every moment stayed in place, unmoved. This was the night winter stayed with me. Light thinned along the walls, shadows slowed their pace. What had followed me before rested here. Some nights do not move forward, they remain. This was the night winter stayed, deep and close. No edge soft and no weight let street looked the same again, corners softened by white, footsteps traced familiar lines. As before, I felt the season return without surprise. Whenever the snow comes back, so do you, not in shape or sound, but in feel. The ground remembers where you stood and how. Whenever the snow comes back, you do. Windows held a quiet glow, time moved in circles. What once passed through these hours passed again. Some moments repeat by design. Whenever the snow comes back, the air settles the same way as it did before. I stand inside the memory. Briefly, whenever the snow comes back, you're near. I don't look for signs, they arrive on their own. The season turns and brings you close. Whenever the snow comes back, I know what once felt distant finds its place. The past moves gently through the present once more, once more. Whenever the snow comes back, you're here. The snow continues, so does time. The fire moves slowly in its place. Light spread across the wall. Shadows grew and slipped away as the flames rose and fell. I watched without counting time. Let my hands stay warm. By the fireplace I stayed, watching light and shadow turn. The room held more than heat, it held what I remembered. Faces came and went in the quiet glow. By the fireplace I stayed and let it flow. The fire leaned then settled back like it always does. Shadows danced a little wider, then grew soft again. Nothing needed shaping, I just stayed. By the fireplace I stayed as the flames rose higher. Every flicker brought back someone I once knew. I didn't follow the thought, I let it come fireplace I stayed until the fire grew low. The room kept its warmth even as time moved on. Some moments don't ask for words, they simply glow. By the fireplace I stayed and let go. The fire kept burning quietly. My hands move before my thoughts, tracing what they knew. The shape of something held too long came through. Touch has its own way of remembering. Formed without intention, then chose to stay. It rested in the palm of time, still warm. This was a memory wound by hand and warm. The skin called a former weight, pressed and then release. What once fit so naturally still live. Some things remain through touch, not thought. This memory wound by hand, not meant to last, yet shaped by repetition. From the past, it carried more than it showed. Inside, this was a memory wound by hand. In time, if I open my fingers wide, it might have slipped away. So I held just enough for it to stay. This was a memory wound by hand, left where it began, neither held nor pushed aside. Just as it was, it eased into its place and stayed. This was a memory wound by hand, that way. The hands grew still, the memory didn't. The fire moves slowly in its place. Light spread across the wall. Shadows grew and slipped away. as the flames rose and fell. I watched without counting time, let my hands stay warm. By the fireplace I stayed, watching light and shadow turn. The room held more than heat, it held what I remember. Faces came and went in the quiet glow. By the fireplace I stayed and let it flow. Settle back like it always does. Shadows danced a little wider, then grew soft again. Nothing needed shaping, I just stayed. By the fireplace I stayed as the flames rose higher. Every flicker brought back someone I once knew. I didn't follow the thought, I let it come and go. By the fireplace I stayed, warm and slow. If someone sat beside me, I wouldn't need to speak. The fire said enough for both of us. By the fireplace I stayed until the fire grew low. The room kept its warmth even as time moved on. Some moments don't ask for words, they simply glow. By the fireplace I stay, then let go. The fire kept burning, quietly. The calendar rests on familiar days. Lines feel softer than they did before. Morning carries a steady light. Across the floor we've crossed once more. Every plan still breathes inside. Every hope adjusts its tone. This part of the month feels quietly open, like time is leaning in. This part of the month, days begin to listen to where the heart has been. Nothing asks for more, just the shape of now. Footsteps slow but never stall. Hands and space is warming as they unfold. What we carried stays with us, changing gently as we move. This part of the month feels quietly open, like time is leaning in. This part of the month, days begin to listen to where the heart has been. Nothing asks for more, just the shape of now. Here the air feels easier, moments line up side by side. Every step keeps finding room for what's ready to arrive. This part of the month holds a softer rhythm, where beginnings settle down. This part of the month carries quiet meaning in the way we're standing now. Time keeps moving on, gently somehow. Here we stand between the days, letting what is grow its way. Wrapped my hands around the cup, let the heat come first. Outside the glass held winter still, inside the air stirred. The world stayed just beyond reach, breathing slow. There were warm cups by an iced window, steam rising thin and white. Nothing hurried in that moment, everything felt right. I stayed longer than I planned, watching time go by. There were warm cups by an iced window, and I stayed. The street moved on without a sound. Footsteps came and went, I followed them with my eyes, then let them drift. Some warmth asked nothing back, it just stays. There were warm cups by an iced window, cooling as they stood, still holding what they gave the way they could. I didn't count the passing hours, I let them slide. There were warm cups by an iced window by my side. If I lifted my eyes too soon, the spell might break. So I stayed with the quiet heat I chose to take. nothing pulled me away. The glass stayed cold, the cup stayed warm, both held their place. There were warm cups by an iced window. Time slowed. The cup grew empty. The moment didn't. The street slows down the moment it turns white. Every sound feels softer than before. I don't look back, but somehow I still know. Somewhere in the quiet, you're there. I never meant to carry this so long, but certain names refuse to fade. You're the one I think of when it snows, not because I'm lonely, but because the world remembers you in the way it holds its breath. Every falling moment feels like you passing gently through my hand. You're the one I think of when it snows without trying to. The days keep moving just like they should. Nothing stops, nothing stays. But every winter finds its way back to you. I don't reach out, I let it be. Some feelings know where to rest. You're the one I think of when it snows, not as something lost, but as something that once stayed. Every quiet step I take feels like walking through a memory that never asks for more. You're the one I think of when it snows still. If time has learned to let things go, this is what it chose to keep. Not every truth needs to be said. Some are only fair. You're the one I think of when it snows, in the calm between the hours, where nothing needs to change and everything makes sense. You're the one I think of when it snows, even as I move along. Somehow you remain. When the snow finally lets go, I carry on, but I never leave behind. Your hand rested inside mine. The weight felt light and close. The air between our palms began to change. I felt it before I looked. A subtle shift. Your hand losing its warmth, slow and clear, still holding its shape, just thinner than before. I stayed where our fingers met for a while. Your hand losing its warmth in my hand. The room carried on as usual. Steps passed beyond the door. What we shared stayed quiet between us. Some changes arrived without sound. Your hand losing its warmth, not all at once. The feeling moved gradually from skin to air. I kept the space the same as it went. Your hand losing its warmth, then still. If I shifted even slightly, the moment might break. So I let the seconds pass as they were. Your hand losing its warmth while the hour leaned. What remained stayed gentle. Even as it thinned, I carried the shape of it. Afterward, your hand losing its warmth with me. Our hands separated. The feeling stayed. Ground appeared again after days of white. Edges slowly finding form in the open air. I felt the weight lift before I thought. The snow finally let go. The change took its time. The season shifted on its own. At its pace, I stood inside the movement, letting it pass. When the snow finally let go, I stayed. turn to every step around me. I follow the quiet shift as it went when the snow finally let go. At last, if I tried to hold the coat, it would have slipped. So I opened up my hands and watched when the snow finally let go. I felt lighter, not from leaving something behind, but from release. The day continued as it was, unforced when the snow finally let go. I moved on. The ground remained. The season turned. I stayed where I stood for a while. Let the moment reach its end. My breath settled in place before I moved again. Time passed beside me. I chose to walk with it. When the morning felt too still, I kept my voice inside. I held my thoughts without shaping them, let them drift and slide. The day opened on its own, soft and wide. When the morning felt too still, I stayed. Footsteps crossed the edge of sound. I felt them, then let go. What mattered found its place somewhere slow. Some moments ask for balance, not speed. When the morning felt too still, I let the silence work. I stood where the air was thin and felt the weight it held. The hours shifted quietly, then moved on. When the morning felt too still, I knew if I leaned too far ahead, the center might give way. So I waited where I was until it stayed. When the morning felt too still, I remained in place, letting time pass through me at its own pace. The moment found its ending on its own. When the morning felt too still, I went on. The light continued, so did I. steps without knowing why. The street felt longer than before. Each breath settled into the air, then disappeared. Something stayed behind me, even as I moved on. There were footprints left in falling snow, softly forming as I went. I didn't stop to look back, but I felt where they were sent. Each one holding just enough of where I'd been. There were footprints left in falling snow, quiet and thin. The path erased itself so fast, like it never meant to last. Still the ground remembered more than I asked. Some traces don't remain, they sink instead. There were footprints left in falling snow, for a moment or two, not to follow back again, just to pass on through. They didn't lead me anywhere, they only showed there were footprints left in falling snow. Then they closed. Someone walked this way tomorrow, they'd never know how carefully I stood here before letting go. There were footprints left in falling snow, fading as they fell. I kept moving forward before the ground could tell what I carried for that stretch of road and sky. There were footprints left in falling snow. Then goodbye. I counted time by passing signs. The clock moved slower than my steps. Every sound I made returned a moment late. What I said stayed in the air longer than I meant. There were echoes along the frozen hours, repeating what I gave, not louder, just clearer. Each time they came, they followed close, death and cold. There were echoes along the frozen hours, soft and slow. My voice leaned into empty space, then came back shaped by time. It sounded almost like my own, but older. Some words learn how to wait before they return. There were echoes on the frozen hours, holding every tone. They never tried to change my step, only showed how far a moment traveled once it goes. There were echoes along the frozen hours, still close. If I stayed any longer, they might have spoken first. So I kept moving gently, letting time work. There were echoes along the frozen hours, fading as I walked, each one leaving just enough. After the sound, I didn't turn to meet them. I already knew. There were echoes along the frozen hours, leading me through. The last one settled, then the day moved on. The night settled without a sound, snow resting on every edge. Time leaned into the dark and held. I stayed with the stillness as it was. This was the night winter stayed, not passing through. The air held its breath and so did I. Every moment stayed in place, unmoved. This was the night winter stayed with me. Light thinned along the walls, shadows slowed their pace. What had followed me before rested here. Some nights do not move forward, they remain. This was the night winter stayed, deep and close. No edge softened, no weight let go. I stood inside the hour as it formed. This was the night winter stayed and held. If I waited long enough, its name. I carry the stillness with me away. This was the night winter stayed and remained. It snow did not fall. It stayed and remained. The street looked the same again, corners softened by white, footsteps traced familiar lines. As before, I felt the season return without surprise. Whenever the snow comes back, so do you, not in shape or sound, but in feel. The ground remembers where you stood and how. Whenever the snow comes back, you do. Windows held a quiet glow. Time moved in circles. What once passed through these hours passed again. Some moments repeat by design. Whenever the snow comes back, I pause. The air settles the same way before. I stand inside the memory. Briefly, whenever the snow comes back, you're near. I don't look for signs, they arrive on their own. The season turns and brings you close. Whenever the snow comes back, I know what once felt distant finds its place. The past moves gently through the present once more, once more. Whenever the snow comes back, you're here. The snow continues, so does time. The fire moved slowly in its place. Light spread across the wall. Shadows grew and slipped away as the flames rose and fell. I watched without counting time. Let my hands stay warm by the fireplace. It held what I remembered. Faces came and went in the quiet glow. By the fireplace I stayed and let it flow. The violin then settled back like it always does. Shadows danced a little wider, then grew soft again. Nothing needed shaping, I just stayed. By the fireplace I stayed as the flames rose higher. Every flicker brought back someone I once knew. I didn't follow the thought, I let it come and go. By the fireplace I stayed, warm and slow. If someone sat beside me, I wouldn't need to speak. The fire said enough for both of us. By the fireplace I stayed until the fire grew low. The room kept its warmth even as time moved on. Some moments don't ask for words, they simply glow. By the fireplace I stayed and let go. The fire kept burning quietly. 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 My hands move before my thoughts, tracing what they knew. The shape of something held too long came through. Touch has its own way of remembering. This was a memory wound by hand, slow and close, formed without intention, then chose to stay. It rested in the palm of time, still warm. This was a memory wound by hand and warm. The skin will call the former way, pressed and then released. What once fit so naturally still live. Some things remain through touch, not thought. This memory wound by hand, not meant to last, yet shaped by repetition from the past. Carry more than it showed inside. This was a memory wound by hand in time. If I open my fingers wide, it might have slipped away. So I held just enough for it to stay. wall. Shadows grew and slipped away as the flames rose and fell. I watched without counting time, let my hands stay warm. By the fireplace I stayed, watching light and shadow turn. The room held more than heat, it held what I remember. Faces came and went in the quiet glow. By the fireplace I stayed and let it flow. Settle back like it always does. Shadows danced a little wider, then grew soft again. Nothing needed shaping, I just stayed. By the fireplace I stayed as the flames rose higher. Every flicker brought back someone I once knew. I didn't follow the thought, I let it come and go. By the fireplace I stayed, warm and slow. If someone sat beside me, I wouldn't need to speak. The fire said enough for both of us. By the fireplace I stayed until the fire grew low. The room kept its warmth even as time moved on. Some moments don't ask for words, they simply glow. By the fireplace I stay, then let go. The fire kept burning, quietly. The calendar rests on familiar days. Lines feel softer than they did before. Morning carries a steady light. Across the floor we've crossed once more. Every plan still breathes inside. Every hope adjusts its tone. This part of the month feels quietly open, like time is leaning in. This part of the month, days begin to listen to where the heart has been. Nothing asks for more, just the shape of now. Footsteps slow but never stall. Hands remember what to hold. Small intentions find their place in spaces warming as they unfold. What we carried stays with us, changing gently as we move. This part of the month feels quietly open, like time is leaning in. This part of the month, days begin to listen to where the heart has been. Nothing asks for more, just the shape of now. Here the air feels easier, moments line up side by side. Every step keeps finding room for what's ready to arrive. This part of the month holds a softer rhythm, where beginnings settle down. This part of the month carries quiet meaning in the way we're standing now. Time keeps moving on, gently somehow. Here we stand between the days, letting what is grow